What's going on, everybody? This is Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you are interested in purchasing my book, I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. Today, we are talking with Joseph Laswell at Way Financial, who is my personal financial advisor. And today, we're going to be talking about some of those questions that people always want to ask a financial advisor. Maybe they're a little too intimidated, but thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. So one of the questions, first of all, what is one of the questions that you get asked the most often?
Well, a lot of questions. How do you get paid, Joseph? How do you get money? What kind of investment returns should I expect?
And that's all done on the back end, your payment. Like the people who have accounts with you don't even see it, really.
Yeah, the custodian, whoever that is, which we use Charles Schwab, administrates that internally. And yeah, our fee structure varies depending on what type of plan that we put in place, but anywhere from 1.65% annually on the highest end, all the way down to some people pay less than 1% annually. I get paid 1/12 of that monthly.
Okay.
And so I don't get any upfront bonuses or commissions. Half the advisors out there do get paid a commission. That's called a front load. So make sure you know if the investments that you're holding are front loaded. I would maybe take another look around at some other options. Does that same fund exist without a front load? And pretty much 99% of the time, the answer is yes.
That's a really good force. I didn't even know that.
You know, we get people with that are multimillionaires that have portfolios. They're shopping advisors for whatever reason, and I show them that the investments that they currently have were front loaded, and they had no idea.
And you were just doing a study from Vanguard that said over the long haul, having a financial advisor, you are better off by a certain percentage?
Yeah, the Vanguard study, which was a very extensive, in-depth study, is it better to hire an investment advisor or should you just do it yourself? And, for some people that are very analytical and like to do that kind of thing, that exists for them, good for them. That a majority of people are not. We have every type of a professional client that we serve they're really good at what they do, but when it comes to the investing portion, they want to have a professional do that. And so the Vanguard study said, should I hire an advisor or should I do it myself? And it said over the long term that you're likely to have a 3% annualized higher rate of return by working with an advisor long term. And one of the mistakes that people make a lot is they put a whole bunch of money in and then they see it go down for like 2 seconds and then they panic and then they pull it all out, and that is where a huge portion of people lose their money. That's it right there. In the last 3.5 years have been just that, an emotional
roller coaster,
volatile roller coaster. And a lot of the analytics that we have used in years past are changing or have changed now. And some safe haven assets like bonds last year did terrible, and there's a lot of things to know about how to protect and grow your money.
And you had just mentioned a second ago about people ask how you get paid, and then they say, well, why would I want to pay somebody if I can do it myself? Now I have something to say about that. So here's the thing. Okay, first of all, most people suck at money. We have to be honest about that. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. Most people, I believe that I read an article the other day where the average person being ready to retire has an average of $31,000. $31,000 in retirement isn't even going to last you a year.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a year if you're super frugal, but people just do not save. And then another thing that they say is never invest more than you're willing to lose. Yet you see people going to casinos all the time, which is just crazy. Now, I say don't save more than you can afford to lose, like in your savings account, because every year you're losing 3% at least. Now, right now it's like 8, 12, 10, 12, I don't know how many percent to inflation. But I think that it is so important that you invest in. And people always say also, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. So we're in a down economy right now. I'm being greedy. I have doubled, tripled, quadrupled up my investment right now. And when people say, they say, why should I pay somebody else to do it if I can do it myself? Not everybody wants to be an electrician, not everybody wants to be a plumber, not everybody wants to change their own oil. They want their oil changed, but they don't want to do it themselves. They want their electrical upgraded, but not everybody likes getting shocked. They want the effects of a brand new roof, but they don't want to be on top of a 2-story building hammering nails in there. We all have our gifts. And for most of us, our gifts are not money oriented. So it is best to put money, if you don't know about investing, you don't want to learn, that's just not your forte, it's good to put your money in the hands of somebody who is that type of person. So you are the plumber fixing the pipes, you are the electrician fixing the light bulbs and stuff like that. You're the guy to go to.
That because I'm actually terrible at all those things. It's embarrassing how bad I am at the handyman kind of thing. But yeah, this world is what I'm passionate about, and we're glued to financial news every day, especially with the interest rate hikes the way that they've been, inflation, recessions are looming, the banking crisis, this debt ceiling issue. There's a lot of relevant subject matter topics that we get asked those questions on a regular basis. So to have a person that you can reach out to that has your best interest in mind and you can ask those questions to, I think that's invaluable. The old saying, you get what you pay for. I wouldn't try to cut corners in that area. I feel the same way about working with tax professionals and law professionals. You should surround yourself with people that are smarter than you in other categories. And that's kind of our strategy here.
Just well. In general, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. You'll become a smarter person.
So I think that's the overall strategy. But just like related to fitness or nutrition, you can do all the research. Google knows everything. You can figure that out all on your own. But for some reason, when you have a trainer or a nutritionist next to you, all of a sudden you're
more motivated.
Yeah. And that's similar analogy what we do. We want to analyze where you're at today. We need to take a real snapshot. That's like the blood work. We're gonna learn what your makeup is right now, and then we're gonna build a roadmap for you on where you want to end up. And if that's a 5-year plan or a 10 or the rest of your life, if you're transitioning into retirement, and then it's good to have check-ins and to see how well we're doing based on the plan.
And then one of the things that he offers that I currently do is automatic deductions. So not everybody is consistent with their savings or consistent with their investing unless you kind of turn it into a bill. So that is one thing that can be done, is that he can set you up so that you can have an automatic deduction come out of your bank account or your savings account, and then it'll automatically get invested.
Yeah.
And with the recession going on, or loom of a recession, I don't know if we're technically in a recession. Maybe technically. I think we're down 1/4 of a point for the last 2 consecutive quarters. So we're technically in a baby recession. So that's going to make people even more scared to invest. So I would say treat your investments like a bill and get set up for that automatic withdrawal. And that's something that, I don't even see it every month.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. It's just you build your lifestyle around whatever's left.
Yeah.
And it feels good when you have a plan in place and you're being intentional about putting money into your investment accounts. The other areas, we call it the well-being parts of your life, the fun stuff. You can feel good about spending money in those categories when you've taken care of some of these primary categories first.
And then you had just mentioned getting set up so that you revolve your life around what's left. That is something that millionaires do. We set up our accounts so that they are invested appropriately and we live on what's left. But what most people do is they live on what they have and then they invest what's left. So they're doing it totally backwards.
Yeah, you know, a pattern that we've seen too with our clients that have the most money are the ones that you would never assume they actually have money. Maybe like Amber,
Like people with hats.
Yeah, this Amber.
And paint stained shirts from Amazon Basics.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
It's not about how much money you make; it's how much money you keep. And what you want, it doesn't matter what the income coming in, you have to have some source of income, money coming in. Your expenses, your fixed and variable expenses, that's money going out. What's left over at the end of the month, that's called your margin. If you have a healthy cash flow margin or money left over after the bills, that's a more sustainable or is sustainable type of lifestyle. And that's what we're helping our clients do, is plan for a healthy margin during their retirement years.
And have you ever how many clients do you think that you have? So from age range, what do you think the youngest client you have and the oldest client you have are?
Well, we have some custodial accounts, which are minors. But we work for their parents. So, we've been part of the Dave Ramsey trusted brand for over 5 years. And one of our agreements with Dave Ramsey is that we'd be willing to take accounts of all sizes, and we do. And so some of those precious young professionals in their 20s just getting started, maybe they just got married or just got that great job that they have been dreaming about, and they want to get on a plan, we love working with them. We have a program called Jumpstart we set up just for them, and then all the way up to people transitioning into retirement or are retired.
Perfect. And then if there is somebody, I believe that, I'm not sure if we mentioned this, but if somebody is unsure of where they want to go and they're still making up their mind, do they want a financial advisor, do they want to do it themselves, they still have the ability to contact you, and you can do a meeting with them for a fee.
Yeah, so I'll do a 15-minute phone consultation with you at no charge. You can just go to our website, wavefinancial.com, and fill out our form. You'll get the opportunity, you'll be sent a link to my calendar. You can get on my calendar 15 minutes and we'll have a chat. And then I'll advise you from there, depending on what it is you're exactly looking for. And if we determine that we might be a good fit to work together, then we'll schedule a 90-minute financial planning meeting. So you won't be charged for the phone consultation, and then I'll tell you on the phone whether it's we do offer some coaching classes, which are $250 for 90 minutes. For some of our new clients that have less than $100,000 to invest, we do charge a one-time fee of $475. Over $100,000, we don't charge any setup fee. This is a part of our fiduciary platform, and because we're not going to get a commission on any of our recommendations, that fee just basically pays for our time. Allows us to slow down.
And that's, you should not be working with a financial advisor that is not charging you, because then they don't have the experience, they don't think that they have enough value to add to the market. So I think that charging is ideal, and I would not go with a financial advisor that would not charge for their time. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Good. Those are good ones.
Good ones. All right, so we're going to keep on doing interviews with Joseph over the next month or so. So keep tuning in. We're going to answer all those questions that you guys might have if you're too scared to invest or you're just getting started. So until then, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.
Okay, my brother, we took it with us, straight shot in the forest.